Hey guys, Coach Russell here. I got something for you this week. I love to talk about this, and this is something I've incorporated into my lifestyle for the past, I'd say, 8 or 9 years. I started really recognizing how I feel after I eat said meal. And what this helped me to do was to help me to find out that grapes and cherries just don't agree with me, right? And I confirmed this with a food test. So I did a food allergy test. So what happened was there were certain days I just felt odd, right? I felt extra bloated or almost like an allergic feeling. Couldn't really figure out what it was. So I started tracking my meals and looking at them and saying, hey, what is common in here on the days that I feel like this? And lo and behold, it was something I love, grapes and cherries on two different occasions. Uh, I eliminated those out of my diet for a couple weeks and noticed I didn't have those feelings anymore. To add to it, I did take a home sensitivity test, which you could buy online and they'll send back to you and tell you the results. And lo and behold, it was grapes and cherries. Unfortunately, those are things I like, so I had to knock them out, right, in order to feel better. Again, I do this with any type of meal I have. I notice when I eat, a very heavy meal, I often feel pretty sluggish and slow. You know, uh, for instance, I had pizza a couple weeks ago and might have overindulged with the pizza, and I just felt like trash after it. What that does for me is I love pizza. I'm never going to stop eating pizza. But the next time I eat it, I might think twice, right? So I might say, hey, do I have an awful lot of things to do this afternoon? Maybe pizza's not a great food choice right now. Then again, if it's a Sunday night where it's raining outside and Netflix is on, I don't care. I'll enjoy the pizza and I'll just be okay with being sluggish. Another thing this helped me out with is also overeating. When I started to get rid of devices while I ate, so got rid of my phone, got rid of the TV, and I just sat down and enjoyed a meal, I started processing that I was full far sooner than I normally would have finished the meal. And which that helped me curb my overeating. Again, being mindful of how your meal is treating you right at the moment, and also, being with the family. So there's one big rule I have in my house: no one uses a phone or TV while we eat. We sit there and enjoy each other. Or if you're in my case, you get 15 and 12-year-old kids. Sometimes the conversation doesn't flow right away until they realize there's no TV or phone being used during the meal, and eventually they'll talk to you. Try those things. So try to be mindful of what you're doing when you're eating, right? So phone and TV, and also be mindful of how you feel afterwards. And again, I'm always a big proponent for taking a little 5 or 10 minute walk after each meal. Try that for a week. Notice how great you'll feel. So today's tip is just be mindful, right? Start noticing how you feel. Start connecting those feelings with what you just ate and see maybe if you can reconstruct your meals for the day, make you feel better. So, hope you learned something. If you see me in the gym, say hi. Love to talk about this stuff with you guys. If you tried it, let me know. I think this is really fascinating, and this is something I preach often to be mindful when you're eating.